We're gonna make a honey mustard roasted pork tenderloin.
It's one of my favorites to give tips for shopping too, because if you look for the loin, it's a leaner cut. So it's a super easy way to get a great cut of meat.
We're gonna jump right into it. So these garlic cloves here, I'm gonna smash and we're gonna make crushed garlic. The next thing I'm gonna do after I'm done chopping all my garlic up is we're gonna marinate our pork tenderloin. So tenderloin is a little bit different than the loin. The loin is much larger. You'll see it. It's what you cut a pork chop out of, right?
Okay.
But a pork tenderloin is a little bit smaller. Think about like a chicken breast, right? You have a chicken breast, it's larger, but then underneath there's this little teeny tiny tenderloin that pulls off the backside. That's kind of like that piece for the pork. So this one's a little bit smaller, and it's really lean, as you mentioned. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna rub it with all of our garlic, all of our mustard here. We're gonna marinate this with the honey. We have some lemon juice. We have some herbs. You can use fresh herbs or dry herbs if you want to. And then of course a little bit of salt and pepper, and rub it all in to make sure everything is evenly coated. And this loin is kind of long for a regular saute pan, right? So what I'm gonna do is cut it in half just to make it a little bit easier to cook. We're gonna cook this to an internal temperature of 145. That's about medium is where a lot of people like to eat it now. We're gonna lay our pork loin into our saute pan here for maybe 3 minutes on all 4 sides as we turn it. It should be done within 12 to 15 minutes. You could also finish this in the oven if you'd like to, but we're gonna cook this to about 145 degrees. So now we're ready here to cut into the meat. It's finished sauteing. It's a nice 145 right down the middle. So what I wanna do is take this out at 145, let it rest on my cutting board for a good 3 to 5 minutes, and then cut into it so all the juices can settle, okay? And what we're gonna do is just slice this into maybe 5, 6 slices for you, and that's a perfect temperature right there. You can see it's just barely pink right down the middle. And we'll take some of those pan juices that are from the piece of pork here, the pork tenderloin. It's already gonna come out of the pork. You can just use it, pour it over the top, and you have a garnish.